Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris, coming to you from St. Therese Carmelite School in Alhambra, Southern California. The sounds of happy kids at recess on Catholic school playgrounds is becoming less frequent, almost to the point of non-existent. Over the past 50 years, from 1965 to 2015, the number of Catholic elementary schools has plummeted from almost 11,000 to little more than 5,000. And the number of students attending the elementary schools has dropped by 1 million, down to just 2.5 million across the entire nation. The trend is undeniable. Diocese after diocese is being forced to close parishes and parish schools owing to falling numbers of practicing Catholics. And the other unrecorded fact nationally is that back in the day, almost all the students in Catholic schools were Catholic. Today, not so much. There are huge numbers of students sitting in Catholic schools who are not Catholic and never become Catholic. The entire reason for the existence of Catholic schools is to transmit the faith. That hasn't happened broadly in many decades. But here at St. Therese Carmelite School in Alhambra, these stunning facts are being reversed.
So we want to just promote what is Catholic and leave it at that. We don't really want the Protestant effects or the Protestant influence in our education. And I know that's not a very popular statement, but it's a very true statement. We want authentic Catholic education.
Father Philip Sullivan is the pastor and recognizes the need to teach kids the faith when they are young.
That we don't have to do what all the other schools are doing. And to be honest, they're not doing very well, because the statistics show that the people are not returning to the pews. They're not getting married in the Catholic Church. They're not going through religious education programs. And so we want to start with the seed.
The challenge with what we are trying to do is that it is countercultural, because we are not adopting what all the other schools are adopting, and we are not adopting it on purpose. We want to give kids a good, solid foundation, not a foundation in technology. They don't need that.
The return to a classical education caused some controversy and opposition at first, as did a return to teaching the authentic faith. But the tide has turned, and the parish and parents have accepted the new approach and warmly embraced it, as have the students.
That all of our subjects revolve around religion, just like our whole life should revolve around our faith. And my parents think it's amazing, and I just think it's amazing.
Well, I've already knew Father Philip. He was my spiritual director, and I felt coming here would also help and learn a lot more things.
The religion here, because I think we have such a great foundation for our religion, because they teach us so much about the sacraments and holy orders, and everything that we learn here is just amazing.
We are very committed to Archbishop Gomez and the growing need that he has in this tremendously large archdiocese, and we want to help other priests know that there is an option to Catholic education.
This is one of the main themes that is evident here, that priests and Catholic educators don't need to be afraid of returning to the ideals of classical education and boldly teaching the one true faith. The point is to graduate little saints, nothing less. To that point, the older students are assigned a kindergartner to be their buddy and help them out, so the older kids can learn responsibility and charity.
Little things, we'll play with them at recess or lunch. If they need help getting their lunch or opening something, we'll help them. We've actually been on a couple field trips with them. So we went to a pumpkin patch and around October, and we got to just hang out with them, get to know them a little better. And it's a little privilege that the 8th graders get to have, and just kind of introduce them to the school.
Best about being at school is education. It's really good. My friends are awesome.
Father Philip cautions any priests who want to go down this path. You will, of course, experience opposition at first, but that passes, and the Holy Spirit provides. The Catholic education system is in shambles. Fewer students, fewer of them Catholic, and fewer schools to send them to. The entire system needs reform. It's taken 50 years for this crisis to unfold, and it needs to be fought against.
I'm a Carmelite, and in the spirit of St. Teresa of Avila, we reform in the church. We are reformers. That's the gift we bring to the church. And Teresa always says that we are the reform of the reform. So 500 years later, here I am, a son of St. Teresa of Avila, reforming the church just as she did in a very turbulent time 500 years ago, fighting the same fight, the Protestant heresies, the corruption that's inside the church. We want to acknowledge it, expose it, and be the helpful balm to heal it.
Reporting from St. Therese Carmelite School in Alhambra, Southern California, Michael Voris for Church Militant. God love you.